ওরিয়েন্টেশন লক করা যাবে তো? ওরিয়েন্টেশন লক কেন? ওরিয়েন্টেশন লক কেন হয়েছে?
এটা আমার সে হাড়াহাড়ি হয়ে যাবে, তো সেই দেখো তো রোটেট ডিভাইস ব্যাক এইটা চাইছে।
তাই কি বলো? মনে একটু বই দিতাম না। হবে না আরো একটু। ওই ফোনটা করো দিন, ফোনটা করতে হবে। করি দাও।
নাম্বারটা দিন, নাম্বার দিন।
কল করতে বলছে। Display name, enter studio. Okay, madam.
नमस्कार।
Okay.
ओके सर, प्लीज वेट फॉर अ मिनट। कोई जल्दी वेलकम, मोस्ट वेलकम सर। आप लाइव में प्लीज कंटिन्यू सर।
Okay, okay, madam. Today, 16 September 2023, and it is a international day of ozone, and it is very important day in contrary to with our atmosphere. And I am Krishnendu De, assistant teacher of Kanchannagar D.N. Das High School. It is located at Purba Bardhaman and West Bengal, India. Today I will give some lecture on the topic preservation of ozone layer. Preservation of ozone layer and its significant contribution in protecting our planet Earth. Before going details, I convey my respect and pranam to the chairperson and coordinator and related respected persons with our group, science communicator group, and pay my best regards to the audience and who is now live and who is now hearing my lecture. I convey my best regards to all of you. And before beginning, let me introduce what is ozone. So before studying what is ozone, ozone is a naturally occurring molecule. Already it is in our atmosphere. It is already from ancient time, old time. An ozone molecule is made up of 3 oxygen atoms, and it has a chemical formula O3. That is, O means ozone molecule, and O3, three molecule attached to it, and makes ozone. So, what is ozone layer? So, ozone layer is common term that is high concentration of ozone. That is called layer, and the position and the distance, and which composed of only ozone, then it is called ozone layer, and it is where it is found. Now we know that our atmosphere is divided into now three types, three groups, that is troposphere and stratosphere and mesosphere. Troposphere extends up to from sea level to 10 to 15 kilometer, and then 15 kilometer to 50 kilometer, that is stratosphere, and 50 to the upper space, that is mesosphere. We know that already today's layer is very significant layer, that is stratosphere, and which is around 15 to 30 kilometer above Earth's surface. 15 to 30 kilometer above Earth's surface. It covers the entire planet and also protects our life, our planet, our life Earth. And what ozones do? Now it is absorbed. It absorbs harmful ultraviolet, that is UV radiation from the sun. Sun radiates UV light and also visible light and infrared light, microwave, radio wave, and X-rays, etc. So the UV light, whose wavelength range is 200 to 400 nanometer, that is before visible light. So why UV radiation is bad? It is UV radiation is bad because it is linked with skin cancer, genetic disorder may happen for newborn baby, newborn child, and and also lower yielding agriculture crops. But now we are seeing that ozone is making a hole in ozone layer. Why? Ozone layer hole is forming because chemical, chemical containing chlorine, bromine are released to the atmosphere through human activities. We are responsible for this because we are all human. We are knowing or don't knowing, we are releasing different harmful gas for our daily uses, and this chemical combine with other molecules when certain conditions of weather reach, and then reaction occur, and with ozone layer, then ozone molecules are destroyed, because depletion of ozone layer occurs globally, not only in India, but it is also globally happen. However, several depletion of ozone layer over the Antarctic region, also referred as ozone hole. Why Antarctic region? because its temperature is lower, and ozone layer depletion happening Antarctic layer is more. So when we know that it is a problem that ozone layer is depleting, when it was discovered, because some 40 to 50 years ago, some chemists, some geophysicists already discovered that a link between chlorofluorocarbon, that is CFC, and breakdown of ozone layer. Who discovered? Some chemist discovered that it is a breakdown of ozone layer due to chlorofluorocarbon. So how we can improve that? Now some protocol Montreal protocol we already formed below 1990, and under this protocol already ozone layer is expected to recover. So ozone is a gas made up of molecules that is formed oxygen atom, and when sunlight hits oxygen molecule and breaks oxygen atom with oxygen molecule, that is O2 breaks down and it forms two molecule, that is two O molecule, and some of them, that is one of them, oxygen molecule, joins with oxygen atom and make ozone, that is O3, that is O2 plus O, and it will form ozone. So if we way up high up to Earth atmosphere, that is highly concentration of ozone molecule that are formed when sun hits oxygen molecules, and this part of atmosphere is called ozone layer. The oxygen molecules are already photolyzed. Oxygen molecules are photolyzed, and it breaks into two oxygen molecule that is oxygen atom breaks down into two molecules, and ozone and oxygen atoms are continuously being interconverted as solar UV breaks ozone, and the oxygen atom reacts with another oxygen molecule. It is firstly occur, and this interconnection process already converts UV radiation into thermal energy, and which results hitting our stratosphere. Now already we live on the earth surface, and above earth surface we know that is 0 to 12 to 18 kilometer, and it is a troposphere range, and then 12 to 50 kilometer stratosphere, and then just above the stratosphere, and it is ozonosphere, that is ozone layer already formed 6 million years ago. But we now also forming ozone, that is another part. So two layers of ozone layer, that is already earth born at that time, ozone layer, and we are now also forming some ozone gases, and it is now lastly forming a layer, that is second bad ozone layer. And the ancient time, that ozone layer, it was good ozone layer. So after stratosphere, that is mesosphere, ionosphere, exosphere, and other upper spheres. If we think that from sea level to troposphere region, that is we see that temperature slowly decrease, and tropopause, here tropopause already 15 to 20 kilometer, temperature remains almost constant. And then stratosphere, at the first level of stratosphere, temperature increases slightly slowly, and then above stratosphere region it is again remains constant, that is stratopause. And then after upper layer of stratosphere, temperature again uh, going down and also mesopause to 83 to 100 kilometer range, again temperature remains constant, that is mesopause region. Here temperature remains, and then temperature is going up and up and up to sun. So the main focus our stratosphere. Why this is something cold region, stratosphere. Now it is not remaining cold. Why? Because the interconversion process converts UV radiation into thermal energy, and thus results heating the atmosphere. So ozone layer is important. Ozone layer is important because ozone molecules provides Earth important protection from the rays of sun. Specifically, these molecules are good at absorption certain UV ray that can cause sunburn or skin cancer. So ozone layer is a valuable layer. Why ozone layer is getting damaged? Now it turns out some certain types of molecules can cause chemical reaction when they come in contact with ozone molecule. This causes of ozone to break up and become unable to absorb UV light. The main molecules which are destroying our ozone layer, that is CFC, chlorofluorocarbon. So chlorofluorocarbon, what is chlorofluorocarbon? Like chlorofluorocarbon are a group of chemicals which are made up of chlorine, fluorine and hydrocarbon. And where it is used, chlorofluorocarbon? Now it is mainly used as refrigerant to keep things cold. A lot of people consider CFC a miracle chemical. CFC is a miracle chemical to chemists. Eventually, variety of product including air conditioner, spray can, extinguisher, and also manufacturing foam. Unfortunately, CFC find their way into Earth's atmosphere and ozone layer. Once they destroy ozone molecules and causes ozone layer to become depleted or thinner. So we can also our CFC can band. We can do that. CFC band. Yes, a treaty that is Montreal Protocol already formed, and they already stopped the manufacture of CFC throughout the world. So we can expect that CFC to be banned and completely eliminated in developing countries by 2050 to 60. So effects of ozone layer on health. Ozone layer already continue to thin time in our future. It will cause risks of sunburn, skin cancer. Skin cancer can be very dangerous, and for this reason, we always protect our uh, the eye. That is, always protect our eye by uh, sunglass. Strong sun ultraviolet rays can damage our eyes, so you can protect them by wearing sunglasses. So what can do? What can do about it? We can, that is old refrigerator, air conditioning, that is foam, a lot of foam products containing CFC, old air conditioning, that is typically use CFC, and old refrigerator, already refrigerant made of CFC. So CFC molecules are highly stable. CFC, that is chlorine, highly stable, can last up to 100 years. CFC, that is chlorine molecule. Unfortunately, this gives them plenty of time to destroy, to find their way to the ozone layer. Ultraviolet ray also bad effects on nature. Ultraviolet ray, if hole in ozone layer, then ultraviolet ray from sun comes down to earth, and if ultraviolet ray comes down, they can kill plankton, that is, which is a major source of ocean food. Plankton, we know that. So ozone layer over Antarctica is very thin, and it's sometimes called ozone hole. So ozone layer protects our earth against UV light from the sun. So how ozone layer formed? That is, before I am saying that, man-made ozone we can call. So ozone is formed when heat and sunlight causes chemical reaction between oxides of nitrogen and volatile oxygen organic compounds, which are also known hydrocarbon. This reaction can occur both in ground or high from sea level, and this causes man-made ozone. So man-made, how we can protect? Now we can buy air conditioning, refrigeration equipment, that is modern, that do not use CFC. Already in our market, in place of CFC or other hydrocarbon material use our refrigerator, that is HCFC, or buy aerosol product that do not use CFC as propellants. We can conduct regular inspection, maintenance of air conditioning and refrigeration appliances to prevent and minimize refrigerant leakage. So ozone layer, that is ozonosphere. So we can use also ozone in our daily life. So where we can use? Now, ozone is used as germicide, disinfectant, water sterilizer. It can use bleach oil, ivory, flour, and other materials also. In the production of potassium permanganate, it can used oxidizing. It can used as a oxidizing agent. Ozone is used water treatment plant, that do not have filtration system. So Antarctica is a big ozone hole. Ozone Does ozone have any smell? Now, ozone has a very pungent odor, sometimes described as chlorine bleach. It can sometimes detected after a lightning strike, that is thunderstorm occurs, and in the time of thunderstorm oxygen atom breaks down, and it into oxygen molecule breaks down into oxygen atom, and it is joined with oxygen molecule, and it forms ozone. So can we see ozone layer? Can we see ozone layer? Now ozone layer we cannot see. Ozone layer, ozone is a part of our stratosphere. We cannot see it. The ozone layer, Earth's atmosphere, basically ozone hole is human caused hole. That is ozone layer above south pole, that is southern hemisphere. So what causes ozone pollution? Ground level ozone is generated from emitted from cars, plants, industries, boilers, refineries and chemical plants. Ozone pollution can even come from paints, cleaners, solvents and motorized equipment. So can we see the 5 effects of ozone depletion? Humans will be directly exposed to the harmful UV radiation to the sun due to depletion of ozone layer. This might result serious health issue among humans like skin disease, cancer, sunburn, and in eye cataract, and quick aging also happening, and we can also see from research level weak immune system. This is also happening. So if we see the ozone is technically a greenhouse gas. So is ozone layer in India? Ozone levels are lowest. Also, it is not in only India. It is also throughout the atmosphere. Ozone levels lowest in November, December, that is winter season, and highest in summer across the country, and variation do exist. So ozone layer is slowly down and slowly up in various seasons in our India. So who can save ozone layer? That is a Montreal Protocol, already formed protocol. So we can rescue from the ozone only for protocol. And 2 types of ozone, that is basically ground level ozone, and that is bad in nature. It can trigger a variety of health problems, particular for children, elderly people. So is ozone is a gas or liquid? Now ozone is odorless, colorless gas and made up of oxygen molecule, and it is natural part of the environment. Where ozone is used, when ozone is used, now ozone is used before 100 years ago, and after its discovery, ozone first used healthcare system, disinfect operating rooms, sterilize surgical instruments, and by the end of 19th century, ozone is used to disinfect our drinking water of bacteria, virus. So typically ozone is already used. So we can see that color of man-made ozone, that is slightly blue color, in gaseous phase, and it is due to absorption of higher frequency region, and it is dark blue in liquid and purple black in solid form. So we see that our planet Earth has a ozone layer. Also, which planet has no ozone layer? Obviously, some few days ago, we got our Chandrayaan, and that is Mars. Mars has no ozone layer, and the quantities of ozone and water vapor are so small, unlike ozone layer on Earth. There is no protective layer on Mars that blocks out ultraviolet ray. Ultraviolet radiation reaches to the soil and can destroy any organic molecule. So, is ozone okay to breathe? Ozone is a gas molecule composed of 3 oxygen atoms and called photochemical smoke. Ozone is harmful to breathe, and ozone aggressively attacks lungs tissue by reacting chemically with it. When ozone is present, there are other harmful pollutants created by some process that make ozone. Can we create ozone? It is, however, less known that ozone can be artificially produced. So that it can be used in water treatment. Ozone generators can create ozone artificially by means of extremely high voltage and by means of UV light. Both methods involve the decomposition of the oxygen molecule. This causes oxygen radical formation. So, ozone, why is the ozone repairing? The long hole in ozone layer is slowly mending itself, and thanks to the international agreement that is banned chemicals that it already now lowers down by this protocol, and it is also blessed from our United Nations. So although emission of man-made ozone drastically declined, it will make many more years of the ozone layer to recover, that is already destroyed without our knowledge. So we can expect that ozone is already is expected to return by 2050 to 60. So we can use ozone unit of ozone. We can unit of ozone, that is Dobson unit. Dobson unit is a unit of measurement. The ozone, when we ozone, what destroys the ozone layer? That is ozone depletion when chlorine and bromine atoms come in contact with ozone in the stratosphere. They destroy ozone molecules. It is happening. It is already saw that one chlorine atom can destroy 1 lakh ozone molecules before it is removed from the stratosphere. So ozone is a allotropic molecule and form of oxygen containing 3 oxygen atoms. Ozone is generated through the passage of oxygen through a high potential, resulting in an attachment and formation of a third oxygen atoms. Ozone also have some chemical properties, that is now we see that the ozone react with water, that is ozone O3 plus H2O, which forms hydrogen peroxide, that is O3 plus 3H2O, that is 3H2O2. So ozone with water, and it forms hydrogen peroxide. Also lead sulfide react with ozone and form lead sulfate PbSO4, that is Pbs plus O3 PbSO4. If we see the Levy structure, before going in, we just see our Levy structure, that is O3, our Levy structure. We just see our Levy structure, which is in our happening, that is Levy structure. Uh, what is this Levy structure? Some, that is Levy structure. This is O atom, it is another O atom, and it is another O atom, and it makes with angle 116 degree, and it is electron affinity is less, it is electron affinity is more, and bonding, because oxygen atom has 8 electron, so here 2 electron, and it is a bonding, here double bonding occurs. So here 2 and another 2, 4, and here 2. So here oxygen atom has 6 number of electrons. So it is fill up octet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And also in case of this oxygen atom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 already fill up. And if we see for this oxygen atom, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is a Levy structure. It is derives from ozine, that is means smell, distinctive smell. And so we just this day 16 September, International Ozone Day, we just pray to lower down some gases that is from ozone. This is we can do, and we can alert our students from our for our atmosphere. And because ozone not only a small odor or gas, and it is also a greenhouse gas. It is also a greenhouse gas. So it also already form a global warming. So what is that global warming? Now already sun expose different types of radiation, from UV ultraviolet ray to radio wave. Sun already radiates. If we think all radiations except UV, that is visible, infrared, microwave, radio wave, X-rays, and different types of radiation that falls on Earth. And when because these types of radiation now UV already passes through the hole, and this after visible ray and wavelength is more. So this big wavelength, larger wavelength radiation comes falls on the earth surface, and after returning there that is after returning from the earth, the sun hits our daytime, and it release heat in night. At the time of night, heat already releasing from our atmosphere and return to our space. And before when it is returned from the earth surface, its wavelength is smaller, and some gases in our atmosphere, that is carbon dioxide, CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, main focus today's topic, and also greenhouse gas, uh, that is ozone, and nitrogen dioxide, NO, nitrous oxide, uh, SO2, sulfur dioxide, and these are some greenhouse gases already forms a layer. So the radiant heat that is released from earth surface, which cannot penetrate this man-made layer, so it is again returned from this layer to our earth surface. So it cannot reach our space, upper space. So, and in this process, our atmosphere, our earth already heats up day by day, and the average temperature we see that it is already going up, and it is called greenhouse gas, a greenhouse effect, that is global warming already happening. And ozone is much responsible also and takes part in this global warming. So we take a place at in this international day that ozone is a harmful gas. So we always lowers down. We cannot use old vehicle, old refrigerator, old AC, and also foam that release CFC chemical. So we can buy this way, and we can call up this day the different types of ozone layer, and its effects on our atmosphere, and effects on our human skin, human health. So this day is very important to us, and before so observing this day, by this process we can lower our generation of uh, ozone. So just before ending uh, today's lecture, I convey my regards and thank you, our organizer, our coordinator, and and dignitaries related to our uh, group, that is Indian Communicators Group. I convey my respect and thank you all visitors who already visit my YouTube channel and Facebook Live. I convey my regards to all. Thank you. I'm just leaving. Thank you.